So here you see task one. Task one, directed interview. So it's like you enter and the first conversation starts in this, expression oral is this only. Entretien dirigé, which is basically directed interview, which is, very selectively done, and it's like 2 minutes maximum time you have to introduce yourself, to talk about yourself, to talk about, um, you know, more or less, quickly talk about yourself, and then of course examiner will ask some simple personal questions to you. You understand? It's more like any other exams, any other English exams also, they might have this interview, intro system, right? Where you introduce yourself and have a little bit conversation with the examiner, right? Similar to that, it's the first task is. So objective of the task is to evaluate your ability to understand simple questions. So if a candidate is able to comprehend the question or not, that's the scenario here. I mean, that's the skill that is being checked. Fine. Second thing is that if you are able to answer clearly and naturally, so if you are able to comprehend the question and then same time respond the question, it's more like A1 standard, A1 A2 standard question. Okay, nothing beyond that. It's like just saying name, like je m'appelle Gyan, j'habite au Canada, je suis je suis indien, je parle français, anglais, and then just talk about your profession. Maybe je suis enseignant du français. इस तरह से you just open up the conversation and then just wrap it up within 1 or 2 minutes. ठीक है, 2 minutes maximum. And then examiner may ask a few questions to you, right? Based on what you say, or based on what he or she is interested in to know about you, right? So use basic vocab, correct verb tenses like present tense, passé composé. You can also use future short if there is the case, future pros also. I don't know how many tenses you guys know for now, but a few basic tenses we can use, like present tense is the very first, then future short is there, passé composé is there. You'll be learning all those throughout the course. Communicate about your life and daily routine. This task is not about long answers. These are very short, clear answers, of course. And this requires you to have at least A1, A2 standard. Okay. So if you have that standard, A2 standard, so you'll be able to answer all the questions being asked very easily, because they are very simple questions. I'll give you sample also. We'll try that. Okay, d'accord? Okay. So yeah, common topics asked could be like personal information, like introduce yourself, talk about your age, your nationality, language spoken, as I told you. Question can be pourriez-vous présentez-vous, or parlez de vous, votre famille, votre profession. Quelle langue parlez-vous? I mean, this sort of simple questions. Donc, see, like, let's try it. Who is going to respond? I'm just going to ask a question. Abiyadun, uh, pouvez-vous vous présenter? Comment vous allez répondre la question? Bonjour, comment vous vous présentez? Mhm. D'accord. What's the number? 54? 53? So, j'ai 53 ans. J'ai 53 ans. 3 ans. S plus ANS, liaison. So, so it's quite simple. It should be clear cut answer. So, and very correct, accurate, because it's very basic. So you don't need to make any mistake in this part. Okay. So clear cut sentences would help you. J'ai 53 ans. Ok. En plus, je suis nigérien. Mhm. D'accord. Je parle français et anglais. Très bien. You could have just added one or two lines because you have 2 minutes of time, so it's a lot actually to tell. Yeah, 2 minutes time is not that short. Like 1 or 2 minute time is enough to tell 10 sentences, right? Like 10 sentences, right? So, for example, écoutez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Écoutez-moi. Comment je me présente? Like je vais parler de moi. Bonjour, bonjour monsieur, or if there's a ma'am or Mr. to madame, monsieur. Bonjour monsieur, je m'appelle Gyan, je suis indien. J'habite au Canada à ce moment, mais je suis indien, je parle hindi, anglais, français. Oui, et je suis une personne qui est très active et sportive et préfère lire les livres français. Non? Ma famille habite en Inde. Il y a 5 membres dans mon famille. Et moi, je suis enseignant du français. Je suis enseignant de français. J'enseigne la langue française pour l'examen comme TEF TCF Canada. Non? D'accord? Et oui, c'est ça. Merci. Or you can maybe wait to écouter les questions qui l'interlocuteur, la personne, le monsieur ou madame va vous poser, non? Donc, vous attendez pour les questions. Now, once I have introduced very quickly, talked about myself a little bit, he may be interested to ask some question, right? So he'll ask, maybe interrupt and ask in between, like, et quel est le livre que tu lis, right? Or que vous lisez, the books that you read in French, en français. Pouvez-vous décrire ou parler à propos de livres que tu lis en français? Et euh, quel est le livre préféré de vous en français et pourquoi? Have you done? Satvir, you got it? Pravleen, you're understanding Pravleen? I mean, Pravleen. Yeah, sure, sure. So still we are talking on the A1 standard. So do not worry. It just try to comprehend as much as you can. Of course, lessons will come up to you to help you understand everything. I mean, don't worry about that. But try to just French learning is always understanding more than what you know. It's always will be there. I mean, even if you reach B1, you'll be trying to understand B2 standard content. Even if you don't know the I mean, no one knows everything, right? That's so basically learners should be open for anything. Okay. Sometimes even we talk about B1 topics. So in that class, you might not be able to speak much, but you can still may participate or maybe listen to the people speaking, right? Right. And maybe add some expression, add some notes, or learn from them how they are trying to present their ideas. Okay. So yeah, everyone does that. Great. Great. Okay. Satvir, yeah. Si vous je demande like quelle est vos activités préférées et like or examiner may ask you like quel est votre le livre préféré en français et pourquoi? How do you apply that? Uh, Quel est le livre préféré? Comme vous avez déjà dit que vous aimez lire les textes, lire les livres français. Donc, quel est le livre que tu préfères à lire lire No. Malok, you said that I love reading. I like reading French books. So now, as an interviewer, I can ask further questions, like follow-up question on the same, like what are the books that you are like, what is the that your most preferred book, favorite book in French, and why? Why so? Pourquoi? Comment vous allez répondre sa question? Okay, all in one. Le livre de grammaire française. J'aime Complete French Grammar Book. J'aime le livre de Complete French parce que pourquoi vous aimez ça, ce livre? Cet livre parce que ce livre est très euh, descriptif avec beaucoup d'exemples, avec très simples exemples. Les textes sont très simples et bien d'écrire, bien à comprendre pour les débutants comme moi, et aussi pour les intermédiaires, les personnes qui sont à niveau de B1, B2, non? कुछ reason तो देना होगा. You have to tell something. Why? Okay. So complete French grammar. What is the feature of that book? Why do you like that? Yeah. So say in English how what exactly you want to say. Tell me. Ji. Yes. Donc you can say the simple sentence. Cet livre a. This book has. Ce livre a tous les choses, tous les règles, tous les topics, tous les sujets de grammaire qu'on besoin de d'apprendre le français. It's super easy, simple sentences. Ce livre a tous les topics qui ont besoin pour apprendre le français. Clear? So, tous les topics sont écrits, sont mentionnés dans ce livre. Non? Le texte est très simple et il y a beaucoup d'exemples à référer, à lire. No? Understood? So the book has a lot of topics, all the topics, with a lot of examples, and easy to read, easy to comprehend. Right? That's the reason. C'est ça. C'est pourquoi if someone says pourquoi ce livre est ton favori, parce que you can say parce que ce livre est très simple et bien d'écrire avec beaucoup d'exemples. Non? Or can be other reasons also. Say c'est très intéressant. Maybe a livre. I'm talking about Petit Prince, a literary book, right? Literature. Tu peux dire comme ce livre est très intéressant parce que l'histoire des enfants, c'est bien d'écrire. J'aime le Petit Prince or whatever book that you talk about. Parce qu'il y a un petit garçon qui pose beaucoup de questions qui est très curieux, qui a beaucoup de questions à demander. Euh, et il parle de peinture, il parle de son carrière euh, quand il est 6 ans. He's 6 years old. I mean, I'm just talking about one story that I read in French. So you can just tell whatever content you are reading or the book maybe, and maybe you can just answer sometimes, that you might not be doing right now. That not has to be factually currently correct, but it should be, I mean, a general answer. Okay. Technically, it should not be 100% accurate. Maybe a book that you read a year back also, you can mention that, okay, I'm reading this. I find this book interesting in French or something, right? So communication should be happening. You should not, yeah, probably. Hi, we. Yeah, yeah. Le Petit Prince we are reading in another batch at B1. Uh, to read that Petit Prince book, we need to basically first need to know the tenses. But yeah, no, no, no. You're not supposed to tell all that you have read. So they might be just focusing on one area, and we don't know what area that can be. Okay, probably. So they might be focusing just to understand your preference-based books or something that you love to do, your leisure activities. Okay, so it is doable within 2 3 months 2 minutes. But I mean, if you just they focus on one area, so it's not going to happen that they are going to talk about your family also at the same time, your profession also at the same time, your preferred book also. We are just keeping it open that whatever question comes up, interviewer might be interesting to know about your profession. Maybe you are engineer and he want to know more about like AI and development around that. So maybe asking questions around that a little bit. Simple questions like how do you see this AI development? What do you think? Is it going to replace humans? A few very basic. I mean, it's also advanced. It's going to be lower than that actually. So it's just going to ask you what is AI, how it works, maybe a basic question, very simple, like, and what is your profession? How do you work there, and what is your role in that company? Maybe just, I mean, you understand. So either one area they will pick or maybe discuss on that. So it's all dependent on interviewer what question he asks and guides the direction. I mean, for the conversation dialogue towards that way. Very brief, one line answer, two-line answers. That's it. If question being asked like quelle langue parlez-vous, for example, if I ask you, Satvir, quelle langue parlez-vous, what would be your response? Quelle langue parlez-vous? Just try to reply. Anglais, not anglais. S at the end are silent, right? You guys know S we don't pronounce. So, je parle anglais. Je parle anglais et français, par exemple. So that's you see probably in its quick answer, right? Just one line, like it will take 4 5 seconds. That's it. One question, one answer, right? And these questions are tricky. They are very simple questions. So that's why I already mentioned that they are not going to ask you any complex question which would take you to explain like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, right? So they're just going to ask you quick questions. Quick questions. Like combien de membres dans votre famille? Il y a combien de membres? So you can just say 5 members. Quick questions, okay? I'm just going to give you more samples, like how to. But you should be skilled to do these things. I mean, because you don't know what questions come up, and you have to be able to do on all this without preparation. So if someone asks your personal information, like comment tu t'appelles, comment vous vous appelez, Pravleen. If I am asking to you, I don't know your name. I met you. I ask you comment tu t'appelles, comment vous vous appelez, Pravleen. Can you reply this? Comment vous vous appelez? Vous vous appelez comment? How do you call yourself, right? Basically, what's your name? So this is one of the verbs s'appeler that we use to ask questions in French, right? S'appeler. So comment vous vous appelez? Je m'appelle Gyan, je m'appelle Pravleen. Oui, c'est ça. And more questions like quelle est votre nationalité? Okay. What is your nationality? So je suis indien, je suis canadien, je suis américain, je suis nigérien, je suis pakistani. So how do you say Indian, Satvir? For masculine? Je suis Zadia. I'm Indian as a masculine person. But if you are feminine, how do you say Sadhvir in that case? Very good. This is how we do. Probably for masculine there is a different gender. For feminine there are different. All these are added in your A1 vocab section. You can just go through that section. You'll get to know all the nationalities. Like je suis italien, tu es italienne, féminine. You get it? Il est nigérien, elle est nigérienne, she is Nigerian. Je suis canadien, elle est canadienne, she is Canadian. D'accord? Je suis américain, elle est américaine. Donc, c'est ça. Vous devez apprendre le terme, le mot pour nationalité. Words. D'accord? Dans cette classe, nous ne parlons pas de règles ou la grammaire spécialement parce que dans cette classe, les idées et essayez de parler. Ne parle pas de grammaire beaucoup ici parce que le 4 jours, vous avez beaucoup de temps à apprendre la grammaire et faire ça. Because you are a beginner, you must be, I mean, finding it. Now you know nothing, so that's why the problem is. But you will do this probably. You continue to coming up this class, listen to others, and once you are able to, I mean, learn something. So how is the class going probably? It's Srishti, how is it? Okay, great. So you have this list. And how is the class going? Srishti is taking your class, so I hope things are working well. Okay, that's great. Okay, so yeah, we are talking about personal information. So we learn to tell about ourselves. Also talk about your family. So how many family members you have, or, you know, relationship status you can talk about. Like je suis divorcé. For example, agar I want to say I'm divorced. Je suis divorcé. Elle est divorcée. I mean, or se marier. Elle est mariée. So she's married or she's divorced. Elle se marie. Elle s'est mariée, elle est divorcée. Relationship status. Elle est célibataire, matlab single. Je suis célibataire. Célibataire does not mean celebrity or famous person. No, it's single person. Single. Not couple, pas couple. C'est qui est célibataire, est personne qui habite pas avec les autres. Il n'est pas dans une relation personnelle avec les autres. Okay, friends and social life. You can describe that also. Talking about your friends. What is name of your friend? What does he do? You know, what sort of relation you have, or what sort of person he is or she is. Your friend is, right? So, for example, j'ai deux amis. J'ai deux amis nommés Ramesh et Suresh. So, Ramesh, il est très actif et une personne de fidélité. He's a very loyal, he's very kind, il est très gentil à la même fois. Okay? Il habite près de ma maison. Il est peut-être mon voisin aussi. Il est mon voisin. D'accord? Nous nous parlons beaucoup et nous aussi aller au cinéma ensemble. Nous discuter les sujets très différents sur le monde global, les gens en général, les sociétés, la politique, la culture, etc. This is how we can describe what you have, what you know, even social life may you can describe what activities that you do, leisure activities, parties, studies, you know, you know, all the, you know, social relations you have, you describe them. Very quick question answers, but you know, you should not focus key what I'm going to be asked, you don't know, so you prepare everything. You should be capable to understand, comprehend questions. Very important to respond an answer, to give an answer. It's important that you understand a question. The most difficult part here is not answering the question. The most difficult part is here is to understand the question. Because if you fail to understand the question, we are going to, we are generally going to fail to answer, you know, the question. So if you have comprehend the question, do you think it's difficult to answer it? No, it's almost you are going to manage it to give an answer. But if you didn't understand the question, now it's the, I mean, it's a very risky zone. You may ask examiner to repeat himself or herself. Répétez s'il vous plaît. You can say so, but he just ask it for once, maybe, right? Once more. But anyways, you have to comprehend it. So comprehension is more important than answering. Comprehension is the first step. If you have comprehended, matlab you have answered it most simply. You're going to do the answer also. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Abdul. Yeah. Tell me. Sorry. Come up. Come up again. I didn't get you. The questions. Hmm. So, yes, that's basically checking your listening skill only. Like if you are able to comprehend the questions or not, not affirmative sentences. Because affirmative sentences are easy to comprehend, and at the same time in affirmative you don't have to answer, right? I mean, this is how the question is designed. This exam format is designed so that they can check two skills at the same time. One, listening comprehension, at the same time your orals, speaking, production oral. So at the same time, it's not just a speaking test, it's at the same time your comprehension test also, if you are able to listen to the tenses or structures or not, or comprehend it well or not, right? Understand? So there are two ways to learn it. One is to do listening, another is to do writing also, like focusing on the structure as how questions are formed, asking questions yourself. If you start making questions, you'll be able to comprehend anyone, right? Because you already at that time, by at the time you should be at the deep to understand the question for structure. Like pouvez-vous présenter? How this is being structured? Verb is coming out of the sentence, right? Like are you Indian? So you are Indian is the affirmative, and are is something we came take out and put it, place it before the subject itself. Like are you Indian? Just like that in French also, we take out the verb and place it first, the conjugated form of verb. Like pouvez-vous, can you, so becomes can you, right? You can becomes can you, pouvez-vous. Or vous pouvez means you can. Vous pouvez parler, you can talk. But pouvez-vous parler? Can you talk? Right? This is how we form questions. In intonation, we have not done. I mean, inversion, we have not done this. We'll talk about this later. Okay. Inversion form is not yet done in your classes also. Will be coming up later because it's A1. We are just doing some basic. Uske baad I'll just introduce this this inversion method also. There are three methods to ask questions in French. So first is intonation, second is est-ce que, third is inversion. Okay, let's see the. Let's try to understand the task. Grammar problems can be resolved in regular classes. Studies slash education. So you should be able to talk about what you study, what's your course going on, why do you choose it, why did you choose it, why do you learn it, why do you learn French itself, maybe why do you learn French, why you choose French other than other, and what's your goal out of it, what's your objective, right? So what you study, j'apprends le français. Pourquoi? Why did you choose? Pourquoi vous avez choisi le français? Parce que je veux faire l'immigration au Canada. Donc c'est ça, je apprends le français. Et à la fin, vous allez parler aussi des objectifs que vous avez. Donc, je voudrais avoir mon résidence permanente au Canada. Pour ça, j'apprends le français. Non? Et aussi pour ma carrière professionnelle au Canada. Pour booster mon carrière professionnelle au Canada avec français, avec le français. No, c'est ça? Okay, something like that. This is just 1, 2, 3 lines I have to tell. Okay, professional situations. Talk about your job, your profession, your work, as I said, your work routine, likes, dislikes at work. So it's very simple again to talk about profession. For example, pour moi, je suis prof du français. Moi, je suis prof du français. Work routine, je commence mon travail à 6 heures du matin, at 6 in the morning, et je finis par 10 heures du matin, mais je travaille 4 heures seulement dans le matin et 4 heures à la même fois dans le soir. Donc, je travaille à propos de 10 heures tous les jours à enseigner les étudiants, aussi euh, travailler dans les choses administratives comme les administratives choses pour bien faire ou bien marcher mon institut du français. Et oui, c'est ça, c'est les activités que je fais. Likes and dislikes. For example, would you like to talk about Sadhvir? What you like at your work and dislike at your work? Or Abhyudun? Later I will talk on this. So if you want to add something, likes and dislikes network. D'accord? I like to, or I like my work because it's maybe remote, something. You should have idea first of all, right? It's not language. Okay. So tell it in French. It's very simplify this sentence in French. So j'aime le travail qui n'est pas très facile, right? J'aime le travail dur. I like hard, difficult work. Okay. J'aime le travail dur It's dur means hard or difficult. Dur. Something which is tough to crack, something which is tough to do. So j'aime le travail qui est dur or j'aime le travail dur. Et mon travail l'offre, my work offers that, right? Okay, okay, okay. Every time, chaque fois, every time, chaque fois, every day, chaque jour. So every time, chaque fois, chaque jour, j'ai j'ai les travails, j'ai les tâches qui sont très différents, qui sont qui ne sont pas très faciles à faire, et j'aime euh, faire résolution à travailler à les tâches qui sont très différents tous les jours, chaque fois, chaque temps, ok, chaque jour. Vous me comprenez? Ok, d'accord. Et qu'est-ce que tu n'aimes pas à propos de travail? Quelle est la chose particulièrement qu'il y a? Hein, you dislikes? Satvir? Okay, thinking about it. Abhyudun, would you like to add something? Likes, dislikes at work? Simply, you can say no prefer pas, n'aime pas. You don't need to know everything to speak French. You need to just know what you know. Just be careful what you know already. So use, try using that. Maybe negate the same sentence. Right? Je n'aime pas. First, talk about the aim, that desire, that the loving that you have, the thing that you like or love at work. I'll come back to you, Satvir. Tab tak you can prepare your dislikes. Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me in English quickly? Okay. So yeah, quickly or more idea. What? Why do you like it? So you like it because it's at your home. It's remote. So so you start with this like je travaille à la maison. Pas c'est un travail télé. Et c'est ça. C'est pourquoi j'aime mon travail beaucoup parce que je passe beaucoup de temps avec ma famille parce que je ne vais pas au bureau, non? Mhm. Sorry? Oui, bureau is office. Oui, le bureau means the office. À la maison. Yeah. Et qu'est-ce que la chose que tu n'aimes pas? Je n'aime pas aller au bureau, maybe. Okay, you can say so. Je n'aime pas aller au bureau. Je préfère travailler à la maison. Ok, d'accord. Est-ce qu'il y a les autres raisons pourquoi vous aimez votre travail? L'autre raison? Une autre raison? Okay, you can talk about like my work is so like parce que j'aime beaucoup faire les choses digitales, like créer Canva, créer les photos, en ligne. Donc, mon travail est exactement ça. C'est ma passion, c'est ma préférence, c'est ma passion à faire. This is my passion. So, donc, c'est une chose que j'aime faire à mon travail sur mon ordinateur parce que j'aime beaucoup faire les marketing digital ou something. Donc, c'est mon passion. D'accord. OK. Ça twist. OK. Try formulate it. Yeah. J'aime travailler. Oh, I love my job. J'aime, mon travail. I love my work. My work. Possessive adjective. J'aime mon travail. Parce que, oh, vous gagnez beaucoup d'argent. Ok. Il y a le travail, mon pays, bien. ल- Le travail, mon pays. मतलब pays me well. This work pays me very well. Très bien. Le travail, mon pays. Très très bien. Beaucoup d'argent. Non? N'est-ce pas? C'est ça vous voulez dire, non? Beaucoup. So you were saying just beaucoup d'argent, right? And you didn't use verb, suitable verb. Yeah. And before that, très l'argent, mon pays, मतलब pays me. What? Like if you say beaucoup d'argent, j'aime le travail beaucoup d'argent. What does it mean? I love my work, lot of money. Does it make sense? Because okay, because there is lot of money. Parce que il y a beaucoup d'argent does not sense here actually. So let's call it dans cet domaine il y a beaucoup d'argent. Let's make it contextual. Otherwise, it would sound like I love my work and there are a lot of money out there. So it's to make it more contextual, we can say dans cet domaine il y a beaucoup d'argent. Dans cette industrie, il y a beaucoup d'argent. Or you can say j'aime mon travail parce que je gagne beaucoup d'argent à ça faire. Okay? It should be clear. Texts are very difficult to extract, from the text it's really hard to extract the meaning. So always say the sentences contextual. So it's good to be safer on this. Otherwise it can mean something else other in some other times. In any language, in English too. D'accord. Très bien. Sajveer, yours. Disliking. Sorry, désolé. Répétez, s'il vous plaît. Je n'aime pas. Mhm. Désorganisation au travail. I don't like the organization. Okay, désorganisation. Okay, désolé. Désorganisation. Okay, so it should be je n'aime pas le travail désorganisé, not organisation. Désorganisé. You are using as an adjective, no? Not as noun. So you must be saying, I don't like a disorganized workplace, right? Or messy workplace. So I like qui est très clean, qui est très nettoyé. Clean means nettoyé. Nettoyé means qui est très, you know, bien décoré, bien décoré la table, le workplace, le desk. Non? Ok, d'accord, bien. Okay, let me just quickly read what more themes you can prepare for your task. One is talking about your studies and education, then professional situation we discussed, then daily life and habits. Okay, very important. This is, I mean, one of the hot in here. Most of the time, interviewer goes to ask your daily life or what you do, right? He or she generally asks about your personal life, like what you do regularly on the daily basis or weekly basis, what you do on weekends, maybe, right? So they ask mostly around this sometimes, I mean, most of the times, because they want to know what you do on weekends, what do you do in morning, right? Do you go to cinema? What is your hobbies? What sort type of movies that you watch? Quick question, right? One liners. So morning routine. So like talking about when I wake up, when I eat my breakfast, something like that. I do yoga in the morning. So this is what you can say, maybe, or I mean, you can customize everything. Free time and activities like on weekends, I read some French text, some books. Maybe sometimes I go outside with my friends. I go to club, I go to cinema, I go to theater, I go to library. These are the things you have to say, right? Hobbies and interest. Your hobbies and interest would be like reading books, you can say. I mean, it can be a original answer also. You can just create some ready-made answers. If you want to, it's okay. No one is going to check your facts like details. Just should be accurate answer. Okay. Of course, you should be able to answer follow-up questions coming on that in case that is coming. Okay. Hobbies and interest. You can talk about your hobbies. I already have taught you guys. Likes and preferences. Favorite food, movie, books. Abhi we discussed about a favorite book, right? And why? It's an important question. Always have an answer for why. Why you like that movie? Why you like that book? Or why you don't like that book? Why do you like this sport? What is your favorite food and why? Why is very good, important question. Pourquoi? So every time interviewer gives you a sort of, to choose basically options, you have to answer why also at the same time. Why you like winters, right? Because they want you to think in French, right? That's simple. We want you to think in French and come up with the answer. Past experience, talking about a trip that you made, an event that you liked, something you enjoyed doing. Use passive composing. Passive composing abhi ke liye we have not learned, right? In these two batches of you guys. Future sample can be used to talk about future plans, like what I will be doing in my career, in my future life, future studies, career plans, and even you can talk about why you are taking TCF Canada or TEF Canada, why you are learning French. Also, you can talk about future plans, what you're going to do out of it. Okay, so future sample you can use. Grammar you must be knowing to deal with this sort of questions is सबसे पहले present tense. It's very important to know present. The most important core of the core is present tense. Then passive composé is your past tense. Future simple is your future tense. Adjective you should be knowing how to talk about the features, right? Like just we and the end is also a feature, right? Indian. Je suis gentil, I'm kind. Je suis intelligent, je suis uh, malade, etc. I mean, all those features that you can use with adjective. Je suis gentil, je suis sportif, je suis musculé, muscled, je suis, uh, je suis, how do you say, active, very active. Je suis actif, je suis, um, you know, and the end, je suis, all those features. Je suis sportif, je suis, uh, grand, I'm tall, je suis beau, I'm handsome, je suis intelligent. I mean, there are a lot of adjectives that you need to know. All of, I mean, important one of at least them should be learned first. Then adverbs like souvent, bien, mal, etc. Like, what is adverb? What are they? Smartly, kindly, okay, softly, and ly forms. Yes, in English. Yeah, yeah. C'est ça, c'est vraiment c'est ça. Mais c'est quoi la feature, the caractéristique de ce mot, d'adverb? C'est quoi qu'elle décrit? L'adverb décrit le verbe, non? Right. So il va parler de verbe, like how this verb is taking place, like manner of the verb, how this verb is taking place. Like I speak slowly, je parle lentement en français. Je parle lentement. Il parle très bien français. Il parle français bien. Il parle l'anglais mal. Il a beaucoup d'argent. So basically, adverbs are there to talk about the feature of the verbs generally, right? How verb is taking place. So I speak slow, I speak quick, uh, I run fast, I don't run fast, something like that. So that fast, quick, fastly, quickly, rapidly, slowly, right? These are the adverbs. And basically, we have to learn two things in French in adverbs. One is that term itself. You need to know what terms exist in adverbs. And second, you need to know how to place them, how to use them. Is it clear? use common verbs when you introduce yourself or talk about your family, talk about your preferences, like e travar, the core of the core verb. Then faire, aller, aimer, préférer, travailler, étudier, prendre, voir, manger. We mostly use these verbs only just now, right? We used it. So yeah, answers you can structure like this. Yes, yes. Satveer, saying something. I'll be sending it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, I'll just upload it. It's not in the OneNote. It's in the OneNote, but not in your document. There's a specific folder called TCF Canada. I'll be sharing access of this document also later with you guys. Okay, but for now it's okay. You just more focus on learning French for now. I'm just introducing it so that you get a guidance as where to prepare your A1 and A2 for, right? So I hope you understand. You can just direct your A1 A2 learning for this first question in the speaking part, right? To talk about your preferences, you'll be open up to say all these things, details and reasons also. So answer should have been, your answer plus details and plus region also. So your answer should not be just one line. Okay, j'aime mon travail parce que then पूरा होना चाहिए. J'aime mon travail and then उसके बाद reason also. Why you like it? Parce que c'est très intéressant. Et les collègues sont très gentils. Something like that. You have to add reasons also. It basically substantiate your answer and makes it a strong answer, not just very general. So very long answers not allowed, very complete silence not allowed. You have to say something one line with region logic. Using English words not allowed. Overthinking grammar not allowed. No need to overthink on grammar and structure. Just convey the idea, communicate well. That's it. Clear pronunciation should be there. You should have been using simple vocab, not complex structure. You should sound confident and also follow the natural pattern. The flow should be coming naturally. It should not be designed or should not be artificial. It should not be something like you memorized it and now you are speaking. I hope you understand. So yeah, speak simply, speak clearly, keep going. Mistakes are allowed. Silence is not. That's your task one, TCF Canada. There are two more tasks, task 2 and task 3. We'll be talking about that later, maybe sometimes. But for now, this is your task 1. If you want, I can share you some mocks of task 1. Once you are done with your A1, it's good if you can just start looking at mocks of task 1 of speaking part. Okay. So, Pravleen, you also and one student with you, I think Diksha. I'll be sharing these things, resources in the WhatsApp. I'll be adding you guys in the WhatsApp group or our WhatsApp channel. Uh, I'll send the channel link to you also. You can join. I'll be sending these notes there. You can access it from there. Okay, fine. Any questions if you have about this task 1 and or in general? Okay, fine. Okay, so yeah, Prablin, you can continue your classes of grammar or and all course like from next Monday. Okay, fine. It's from Monday to you can continue till Thursday and Friday. We'll have this again. We'll come up here to speak French. Okay. Today we didn't do it, but from next onwards we'll start talking about surprise or then on or maybe detailed topics. Okay. So a little prepare about that. Okay. Fine then. See you guys. Au revoir. Yes, Abhido. You guys can leave Dublin and speak if you want. Yes, Abhido. I mean, we'll start talking in French. This class didn't go all in French because we had to explain the questions, right? But from the next onward, this class you already know how it goes, right? Speaking class. We'll keep it in French. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We'll not keep this class in English at least. This class. Rest grammar classes are fine, but this class is going to happen in French from next onwards, from next class. Fine. That's what it is for. I mean, that's the whole objective of this classes. Otherwise, there's already four classes happening already in English to keep your comfort with grammar. So yeah, that's okay. Yeah, yeah, sure, not a problem. I mean, everyone will not be at the same, but you just put your effort, you'll come up to their level, maybe early or later. Yeah. See you. Au revoir. Thank you. Au revoir. Bye bye. See you.